Too many beginner and intermediate guitar players alike don't fully recognize or comprehend that so many of their favorite blues phrases, licks, and even solos are based on dominant 7 arpeggios. So for example, just to get things going really quickly, I think that phrase, that really common blues phrase, oftentimes gets mistaken as just an integral line inside of a blues scale, but in reality that is a dominant 7 arpeggio. It's why it works so well over these dominant 7 blues chords. Right? You can change that chord, or you can change, the key of the chord, and continue to use that line, and it will always sound great because it layers perfectly over the associated chord. So as a reminder for those of you who aren't super familiar with arpeggios, an arpeggio is just individual notes, or it's just the chord played as individual notes. So in this example, and in the licks we're going to show you, we're going to be using different C dominant 7 chords to create arpeggio-based licks. And you'll see when you hear these, they sound like all of your favorite blues licks. It's just important to start organizing them differently, in your brain, because if you're bogged down by this one little box, you can have fun for a while. You can even get really expressive, but I do think after a certain amount of time, especially if you're doing this as a hobby, it's going to be really monotonous, and you'll want to open up your understanding of the neck. So recognizing that when someone plays a dominant 7 chord, well, if you're not always sure where to start with your solo, a great place to start, not the only place, right? This isn't the only approach, but a great place to start, and the reason you probably hear that phrase so much, because it works perfectly in that scenario, but now you'll have a few different phrases to inspire you or to layer over various chords. So a few of the ones that we're showing you work in every scenario within a blues progression. Just to play through it quickly, and then on that turnaround, you've got a phrase for each chord inside of the progression, so that if you wanted to do something where maybe it's just you, anyways, I can run wild with noodling over blues progressions, but it's really helpful if you can just see all the chords on the neck and start individualizing the notes and just putting a little bit of flavor on them, and all of a sudden you've got some great licks, or you've got some great small phrases, and you can build from there, build from there, build from there, and then all of a sudden you've got some really nice solos under your fingers. So that's what we're really trying to accomplish with these arpeggio licks, is to recognize, oh my goodness, there's a chord associated with this, and this will always work perfectly. So even though all of these are in the key of C, these are all C dominant 7 licks, remember, if you move that up 2 frets, it's a D dominant 7, and all of the same shapes would apply. You would just have to move them accordingly. So you're not just getting 3 licks, because if you think about it, you're able to use these in every key. That's one of the beautiful gifts we get on the guitar, is the movability of a lot of these shapes. So anyways, take a look at these. Before you start injecting them into real world scenarios, make sure you have a great understanding of why they work. Play through them very slowly. Of course, if you do find this helpful, make sure to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, that's always deeply appreciated. And if there are any concepts that you have questions on, put that in the comments section. We're happy to make videos. When I say we, it's me and my partner making these. We're happy to make videos on any of those concepts that you bring up. So anyways, for now, enjoy this one, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you.